Hello and welcome back. This is chapter first, The Lost Child, written by Ch-1. And now I'm going to explain part second. So here we go. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze, till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. So here this line say, this vast mustard field attracted lots of tiny insects which looked for nectar. And here the author noticed a group of dragonflies flying about on their bright purple wings created a lot of buzz. They flew behind a single black bee or a butterfly which was looking for the nectar from flowers there. The little boy patiently followed the movement of those flies in the air with his constant eyes. The moment they halted their movement in the air, he went over to one of them and tried to catch it. Next part now. But it would go flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hands. Then his mother gave a cautionary call. Come, child, come on to the footpath. So here, this line say, but luck favored the fly and gave him a slip by fluttering and flapping its wings away when the boy had nearly caught it. So it was an unsuccessful attempt. Mother at that point gave him a call to return to the footpath. Next part now. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. So here, this line say, back on footpath now, with his parents, the boy walked along beside them for some time, but was left behind the very next moment as he noticed more and more insects coming out of their hideouts to enjoy the warmth of the sun. Next part now. Come, child, come. His parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. So here this line say, the playful mind of the child getting distracted by the insects, the parent had to wait for their son. They sat on the edge of a well, that is a well there which lay under the grove of shady trees, and from there they had to give him another call to unite with them. The boy then had to run at the call. Next part now. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. So here this line say, as the child entered the grove running, And there occurred a shower of young flowers which fell upon him as if welcoming a new and very important guest. That was a beautiful distraction for the child, and he started to gather those petals in his hands. Next part now. But lo, he had the covering up dabs and ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dab, the dab!" Are the raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. So here this line say, he got himself busy now collecting the flowers' petals, but incidentally left them there and ran towards his parents as he heard the cooing of dabs. Then shouted, "Dabs, dabs!" and the flower petals fell from the forgotten hands of the child as he found a new charm then. Next part now. "Come, child, come," they called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard fields. So here this line say, Mother had to give him a call once more as he went round running and jumping playfully round the banyan tree. And then gathering him up, they took the narrow footpath which wound like snake, that is, which moved like snake, and that led them to the fair through the mustard field. So this is all for now. Thank you.